this seems like a lot of risk involved to try to change the McFly family. Like, maybe just be better parents, or like just be better people, or don't get so mad about someone calling you chicken.
Maybe that's it, huh?
But instead, they're going to risk the time continuum and fucking up the entire universe to try to like keep his kid out of jail. His kid's still a fucking shithead,
Right.
and he's just going to do something different.
Yeah,
'cause he didn't go to jail.
His son is still a moron. That's why I say this is not the point.
This is Marty's fault.
Yeah, this is not the point where you need to go back to and change this little thing.
Yes.
You need to go further ahead, and that's why I say the Rolls Royce was where it needs to be.
That's true,
but
man.
it's like I don't know. Like you say, that doesn't change his kid from being a mess up.
Marty's the one that needs changed.
Right.
And now that you're saying all this to me, like now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, it is sort of maybe even like kind of a lazy like first thing to get us into this. Like, oh, we got to go back, we got to go to the future to fix because your kid's a fuck up.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of lame if
Yeah.
you think about it. And like the real plot doesn't start until the roles or whatever what he runs into, right?
But technically, that's the moment in time.
Yeah.
But like, and he cares so much about the McFly family,
Right.
that he's willing to alter everyone else's. Like, think about it's about to happen here in scene 2, the Tannen family.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, who cares about them? Who cares about Griff? His life is now different.
And take it right back to what exactly.
Yeah.
And take it right back to what you said. What you said about this, Doc has all these rules, but he's abusing his own rules specifically for his own the personal gain of his friend Marty.
Maybe he's gone back in time multiple times to keep changing moments in time for Marty.
I mean, you would think like if you're like you probably get addicted to this if you're a doc, you know, like, oh, I can change this little detail, or like I said something wrong in this conversation, I'm gonna go back to that and fix it, you know, like that, like those little things,
Yeah.
and he's probably fucking it up every time, you know.
It's like that. It's like that's why I love Rick and Morty so much.
Yes.
Is because it really was based off of this. But there's that episode that won an Emmy, that particular one where Morty gets the button, then he can keep starting over again. So he keeps learning how to make things, but then he goes like 30 years, but then someone accidentally hits the button and he starts back over again. It's like one of the most unbelievable, heartbreaking, funny TV show moments I've ever seen. But it's like this. I'm assuming Doc probably has fallen into some sort of weird thing where he's just changing shit all the time.
Yeah.
And we just don't know because we're Marty in this scenario. We're just like, oh, we're right here.
Yeah. I just, it's really, really hard to wrap your head around, you know, just because it's this particular moment in time starts a chain of events that ruins your family. And it's like, well, maybe that's for the greater good.
Yes.
Maybe the McFlys just aren't worth saving, Doc.
We've already changed your dad.
There's a
and
thing.
you're still a piece of shit.
Maybe if you hadn't changed his dad into being a good person and given them this good life, then Marty wouldn't be sort of spoiled, and he would have worked harder in his life, so that way his kids would have been better people.
I don't know if this saying was invented maybe a year later in 2016, but you can't fix stupid. Maybe that wasn't in the vocabulary around at the time. Like, you just can't fix idiots in your family. Sometimes they're just fuck ups because they're fuck ups.
And the last thing on this is it's also, I think, not my favorite writing plot device to just, they wrote that in for this new two-parter series that he just gets riled up every time somebody calls him a name.
It was never a part in the first movie, was it?
It really wasn't. It was just the fact that he might have been a little bit of a hothead, but that he just didn't take any shit. Like when he gets in that thing with Biff in the
1955 lunchroom
in the cafeteria.
I think there's some moment of that is in there, but not the chicken thing though.
Not
right?
the chicken thing. It's like he calls him like a butt, and he just says, "Leave him alone." And he says, "Or what?" And it's not. He doesn't call him a chicken.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I just feel like it's another plot device that they wrote in. They just we got to have a catalyst for this.